Hi there, Aquarius. This is your March 2022 tarot card reading. Let's get into your Celtic Cross. Your current situation, you have the Ten of Coins, external influences, the Magician. What's above, Page of Wands. What's below, Six of Wands. In the recent past, you have the Judgment card. In the near future, you have the Knight of Cups. Attitude on the situation, Knight of Coins. Your environment, Seven of Cups. Hopes and fears, Hanging Man. And long-term outcome, Six of Cups. The bottom of the deck, which is the influencing energy or the lesson to be learned, you have the Ten of Wands. So this reading can be about potentially burdens. In the past, recent past, you have the Judgment card, which indicates that there has been some type of honest reflection about choices that you've made, and hopefully that you've let go of any baggage related to it. In your hopes and fears, you have the Hanging Man. So it does indicate that there is a sense of letting go of your ego, focusing on the higher knowledge, perhaps that you gained during the judgment assessment. In your current situation with the Ten of Coins, the external influence is the Magician. So it could be that you are doing very well in terms of your career, finances, studies. In the area of your conscious mind, you have the Page of Wands, which is kind of expressing yourself, exploring your environment with a sense of curiosity. And in your unconscious mind, you have the Six of Wands, which is victory, or kind of wanting the approval of those in your community, your peers. In your near future, you have the Knight of Cups, which suggests you will be pursuing things with your heart, your future that you are looking towards with your attitude, the Knight of Coins or Knight of Pentacles, of looking at the future and laying a foundation for the future. In your environment, you have the Seven of Cups here. So it could be that you have a lot of options available to you for pursuing whatever goals you want to accomplish. And with the long-term outcome, the Six of Cups, it could be that you are looking at pursuing maybe a childhood dream. So I'm going to go ahead and clarify the Judgment card in your recent past. Eight of Pentacles and Knight of Swords. So it seems that you had an honest reflection about the direction you were going with respect to working on a skill or a talent, being an apprentice. So with the current situation being Ten of Coins, it could be that you reflected on what you're good at and you pursued it and you're doing well in those endeavors. In your hopes and fears with the Hanging Man, I'm going to go ahead and clarify that. You have the Lovers and you have the Nine of Swords. So it indicates that you did some reflection, like here with the Judgment, and recognize that you want to connect with someone. You don't want to be just about work. You want there to be some a future with another person, and that kind of provided some anxiety in that respect. Clarifying the Lovers, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So perhaps it's been ups and downs when it comes to focusing on your career versus focusing on a connection with someone else. I'm going to further clarify. You have the Star, which is about healing and gaining clarity from that. So it could be, like I said, it's a pattern where you possibly make the wrong choices in the past. I'm going to further clarify. And you have the Hanged Man. So basically it seems your hopes and fears are really about these major life lessons about planning your future, having a partnership commitment with someone, and then making a decision that might not necessarily for the best interest of that person, but really it leads you back to needing to think about what you're truly looking for. And it could be that you're just recycling to another, judgment moment, and that you move on from relationships with focusing on work or your career. So I'm going to take a look at the Six of Wands here in your subconscious, because this aspect of, now I'm going to take these two that fell out. The aspect of the unconscious mind, you might not even be aware that it's working behind the scenes. And with the Six of Wands, especially in this version of the Six of Wands, this person looks like they are not only victorious, but they are showcasing that victory to others. That really how they come across, appear to others, is a key factor. And you have here the Five of Wands and, the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords, which is really winning at all costs, even if it means doing it in a shady, sneaky way. So it could be that, doing things in the past, maybe you did it in the heart or in the easy way because it was too hard to do it in a legitimate way. But what you are kind of thinking, how you're shaping your feelings, is that you're trying to express yourself and explore your environment and your potential. I'm going to clarify the Page of Wands up here. You have the Seven of Wands and you have the Tower. So it seems that you are trying to avoid a situation where your belief system, whatever you think provides you strength, is going to fall apart. This kind of exploration or wanting to explore your options is really your way of not being vulnerable. I'm going to further clarify the Tower. And you have the Four of Swords, which indicates being alone with your thoughts. So it kind of indicates you don't want to be alone with your thoughts, because that can make you vulnerable. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clarify, because the situation with Ten of Coins is pretty good, so I'm going to clarify the Magician here and how that external influence is affecting the situation. You have the Death card and the Hierophant. So it seems that you're needing to, you're transforming, possibly having to do with school, education, some type of institution. Could be that maybe you just graduated or received some type of degree. I'm going to clarify the Death card. You have the Magician. So the Death card clarifying the Magician, you get the Magician. So it could be because you have the Five of Swords and Seven of Swords here, clarifying the Six of Wands in the unconscious mind. That the Magician not only stands for potential to manifest what you want into reality, but the Trickster version. It could be that you have in the past, like I said, not really accomplished things by the, I guess, on the up and up. I'm going to further clarify that. Magician. You have the Hermit, which is basically having an inner knowledge and withdrawing with that inner knowledge. But again, this it can be that you really did reflect on what it is with the Judgment card in the recent past. You did reflect on what it is you want to be known for. So I'm going to further clarify the Hermit. You have the Three of Cups. So it seems that you really want to make a change or have made a change so that you can have a good reputation, that people won't see you as the trickster or getting things that you don't deserve. I'm going to clarify the Hierophant. You have the King of Cups. So with that, I'm seeing the current situation with the Magician. It's really that you have a lot of greatness, and really you recognizing how to apply it. In the past, maybe wasn't from the heart, where you truly from the heart, because in your near future you have the Knight of Cups. So it really does look like you are turning things around and wanting to pursue relationships, life goals, career from the heart. So I'm going to clarify that. You have the Emperor and you have the Eight of Swords. So with the Emperor, it is about stability, a sense of having control over your life. And the Eight of Swords is feeling like you have no control. So it's a real conflict there. So this could be that you're not comfortable necessarily pursuing things with your heart. I'm going to further clarify the Emperor. But you have the Ace of Cups. So really the way to really have control over your life, over your decisions, is to start from a place of acceptance, from a place of love. And hopefully in the recent past with the Judgment card, you had recognized certain behaviors or characteristics that don't serve your best interests, and you want to release those without carrying the baggage with you, without really taking along any guilt or shame. And it seems like your attitude on the situation with the Knight of Coins, it really does seem that you are more focused on the long term at this point and wanting to have a good reputation, wanting to be proud of what you can accomplish. I'm going to clarify the Knight of Coins. You have the King of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. So I'm seeing that stability, financial stability, security is how you're looking at this. And with the Two of Swords, it's almost you're resigned to kind of accept that this is the way you need to go forward. In your environment, you have this Seven of Cups. So there's a lot of options there. I'm going to further clarify. You have the Ten of Cups and the Four of Cups. So it's really, with the environment that surrounds you, it's kind of a mixed bag, where there's people who are kind of happy, there's people who are really just don't care, everything in between. So you did really need to go on your own internal journey to figure out how to move forward. And with the Six of Cups being the long-term outcome, that does kind of indicate a sense of perhaps inner child. Because if moving forward based on what your heart wants is seen as something that can limit you, then it could be that this unconscious aspect of needing approval, needing to be better than others, might stem from this concept of something from your childhood that you really need to address. So let me clarify the Six of Cups. You have the Two of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So perhaps it has to do with something you learned from a confident female figure in your life when it comes to forming relationships and what it is that you want to pursue with your heart in terms of when it comes to others. Maybe there was a certain sense of ease that you saw this other person have. It doesn't necessarily have to be a female. It could be just that energy of someone who is you can connect to easily, who is unique, quirky, and that individual, perhaps they connected with others, or it seemed that life was easy for them, and you're finding it's not so easy if you do things the right way. And the bottom of the clarifying deck, you have the Queen of Cups. So really kind of tough love is kind of what the message is that I'm getting here. So I'm going to pull one more card when it comes to this spread. The Tarot of Dreams deck has a card that represents the different suits. So with respect to the situation that's going on, I'm going to pull one to see what's the biggest influence on it. You have the Palace of Wands, which is desires, passions, and basically what is the driving force in all of us. So it seems that you have a lot of great aspects. You want to go really far with it. You have that potential to go really far. But when it comes to pursuing from a place of love from the heart and connecting with people who romantically, friendship-wise, people who share perhaps your dreams, passion. It seems that is a little tough for you, so you might want to look at that a little bit more. I'm going to pull a card here, oracle card, for some advice from the universe. Amble with contentment. Waiting rather than acting is going to be most advantageous now. Maybe I can learn to read one day. But so perhaps not always needing to act, but being in a place of receiving when it comes to, relationships with others, allowing yourself to receive, to be vulnerable. That might be a good place to start. So, Aquarius, this is what I have for you. I'm hoping this provides some helpful perspective, and we'll see you next time. Take care.